Is big news today?
Yeah, really excited. We found out early this morning, and everybody around the whole building is excited for him. He definitely deserves it.
Well, you, Kim, and Sean have played together 6 or 7 years now. How does that show up on game day? What does that mean to stay together with the same core right now?
I think it's all about chemistry, and I think that chemistry is contagious to everybody else. I think we each affect everybody on this team in a great, positive way, and that's what we bring to the table.
Do you think Cam ever doubted this day would happen? I mean, obviously, kind of a little bit of a long road, I guess, to get to this point for him, that he would get another contract like this, especially
I'm pretty sure he has some like indecision in his head because it's a business. You never know. You never know what they're thinking upstairs. But it just shows the loyalty that they have to their core nucleus of us. So I'm happy for him, and like I said, everybody else around, we've been, telling dinners on him. And like I said, he deserves it.
Earl, when he held out a couple years ago and showed up, did he have to win back any part of the locker room? And so, what did he do?
I think he came back like he didn't miss a beat. He didn't. I guess he really didn't care. He just came back like he never left, and we accepted that. And he's a leader. We listen to him, and he's very valuable to this whole defense.
What is his leadership? I mean, people talk about his leadership all the time. But what is that exactly?
First you got to lead by example, and he definitely does that. And then, he's very aware out there. He's watching the number twos and number threes, even us, and just his wisdom that he spread without the group.
How are you feeling, Earl?
I'm feeling really good.
No issues creeping up?
No issues yet. I'm just continuing on my maintenance and, letting it take care of itself.
And what is the maintenance? What is that?
Just a lot of lower body exercises, a lot of squats, getting in the training room early in the morning around 6:45 just to get my body warm. No, it's all about the discipline for me in that area. And, it's very hard, but I think I'm getting through it.
You and Cam talk about being one of the greatest safety tandems of all time, and if so, when did those conversations happen?
I don't think we really talk about that. We don't talk about that. If it happens, it happens. We just got to keep growing together. We're both very stubborn at sometimes. So, we've been knowing each other for a long time, but we still have to work out these kinks, so we can be complete together. When we reach that level, that's when we're unstoppable.
Going back to the injury, are you thinking about it at all? Or is it just past when you're out there, just freedom of movement? You don't think about it now?
Yeah, I'm just easing into things right now. Today was the first day in pads. I haven't been in pads in a very long time. It kind of felt, different in weight because we've been playing 7-on-7 basically the whole, camp. But I'm easing into it, and I got a lot of great work in one-on-ones. The receivers kind of got the best of me today, but I'll be back to fight tomorrow.
Is there some satisfaction in getting back to the pads as well in terms of what are your rehab and finally got on the field with pads?
Yeah, I'm just excited to be back out there. I'm not gonna overdo it. I'm just ease my way into it and get a great feel for it, and let everything else take care of itself.
How much were you watching or curious on how they're going to treat Chancellor's extension going years and years?
I was watching very closely. You want to see because I feel like we're all right around the same age. They're bringing a lot of new guys in. If the writing's on the wall, I want to be able to see it. Because I know I'll be next. But like I said, I'm very happy for Cam, and when that time comes, it comes.
When they spent 4 draft picks on defensive backs, what were you thinking at that time?
It's going to be hard for them to start. That's what I was thinking initially. But then, you switch over to another gear and you got to help them. Because late in games or late in the season, somebody else go down, these guys got to be able to come in and help us out. And that's why we always have this motto of each one teach one. And, they got to be able to, we can't miss a beat.
You talk about getting back in the pads. How much does the intensity ramp up out there when you guys are practicing with pads?
Today, I don't think it was, that much of a ramp up. Guys are still in that same mentality of we're still playing 7-on-7. We kind of got to get out of that. But overall, you expect that the first day. We come back whenever we come back, and we got to get back to work.
Well, how difficult after the injury and the surgery was it to watch the Seahawks?
It was very difficult. I just try to stay positive. I think I use Twitter as a coping mechanism, just to shoot my thoughts out there. But it was different, and it was difficult.
the day off and plays. Is Earl Thomas going to day off?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a day off and recover, come up here and get some recovery work. Probably look at a little film and then you go join the family.
Earl, what interaction have you had with Kenny Easley and just thoughts on him going to the Hall of Fame?
I don't really talk to the guys. I don't know him really, but he's a part of this franchise, and happy for him that he made the Hall of Fame.
Anything else, guys?